Over the years, I have been in a lot of different categories and mediums. Those of you who have come to a design boot camp, you heard I started in digital scrapbooking. Somewhere along the way, ended up in fabric, also ended up at wallpapers for a little bit, and back in wallpapers now. Lots to do with silhouette and Cricut files there in the middle. Was definitely in scrapbooking for quite a bit, and paper crafting and stickers and such. Online mediums, definitely in stickers, we're in SVG files, still digital scrapbooking, actually, printables, clip art. And so I've done a lot of different things, right? So everyone thinks because of that, I must have done it all at the same time. But over a 15-year career, it's actually not that much stuff when you really think about it. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today is how the best trait of a great designer is adaptability. And it's because if you can follow the trends and actually be in front of the trends, which is really good if you can be that way, and kind of figure out where you need to be as a designer, that is powerful. And I have really thought that maybe I was just lucky all these years because I would kind of get in front of something. And when I realized that, no, Carina, you have the inside scoop almost every single time. And it's because of all the networks that I built, even from college, kind of networking into different fields and realms. So I really want to emphasize to you that what you're doing today might not be the thing that you're doing forever. And I think you need to realize that, because the more you're not attached to your work, the more it's not your baby. Guys, it's not your baby. It is a part of you, but you can detach yourself from it, okay? And the more work you make, the less it will be your baby, okay? So the more detached you are from it, the more you will be able to adapt to trends and figure out where you can use your artwork to make it work for you, okay? Always, I want you to be thinking about what the pivot looks like. You need to be writing whatever is working really well for you right now, and then you're going to take that and pivot into what might be next. Okay. So that's one of the things that I've been really thinking about when I went and talked to BYU Idaho. I think one of the things that was so interesting is because that is such a younger group than what I currently teach. The group I like to teach right now is the 45 to 60-year-olds. I teach a lot of women in that age group. It's close to my age group. We have a different set of cultural norms than 18 to 24-year-olds, right? And when I taught 18 to 24-year-olds, what we would teach would be a little bit different, right? The things that they're interested in, what they want to design for. There are so many amazing markets, but it is fascinating to watch. As you know, we have one 19-year-old in our program. We have several in their 20s and 30s and such, but we have this really young person in our program, and some of the things that we encourage her to do is very different than what we have someone who's 45 or 50 do. And it's just because of the way the markets are, what we understand they're doing, and, the way they're going to chase after it. So just be aware, adaptability is key. And especially in this growing age where technology continues to change, AI is changing things, platforms are changing. I can't recommend enough that you've got to have your eye on your hand, whatever it is, on the pulse of what is happening with technology, because you're a part of it. As a designer, we are not free from the growing marketplaces and understanding what is going on. So stay in touch with what's happening. Try to figure out how it's going to help you. And I can't recommend enough, those with doomsday attitudes, they do not make it in this industry. You have to be hopeful, excited, and kind of figure out what your niche is in this marketplace. And those are the people that make it. Because all of the doomsday and AI is going to ruin us and all the things, guys, everyone always keeps asking me how I feel about AI. It's going to be fine. Okay. And, I don't know what it's going to look like, but I can tell you this. The designers who are fabulous, they will still rise to the top. If anything, they will probably end up using AI to their advantage. I think about my freelance days. If I had AI to just shoot in there from a client. If a client shot in and said, I want this thing and I want it to look like this, and produce 20 for me, then they could bring that to me as their designer, and I could mix and match, because I haven't seen it come out exactly the way a client wants ever, you guys. And granted, it's early on, but I still think you're going to need that touch to go in and fix it and massage it and make it work. And then also having that consultation, like we get that logo, we figure out how to make it work. And then I bring it to them. I go, just notice that it's not going to work very well on the website here. And it's not going to work very well here. So we need to like break it up, or we need to move the words, or we need to figure out how it will work better this way. So they're going to still need some of that human interaction to understand how things are going to work. I'm not worried about it, because designers who understand why they do what they do, when they have that higher level thinking, are going to be just fine. So that's my little nugget about AI. I could be totally wrong, but even if I am wrong, there's no use being sad, upset, worried. Those things do not serve me. So instead, I am going to pay attention to what's happening right now, be in control of what I am doing with my daily life, as you should as well as a designer, and implementing. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you soon. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.